All right, greetings everyone. You see, I told you that Nigeria will be sleeping while things will be happening. But in this very video, I'm not here to talk too much. This is not capping. Watch this video and let's meet in the comment section. Because what you're about to watch will left you in a speechless manner. Because Nigeria is gone and gone for good. All the terrorists, all the sponsors, and all that people that is involved, what about to happen to them? You will not hear it from my mouth. Just let's watch the video and let's meet in the comment section. Nigeria, wow. Let's watch.
I do want to ask you about the Middle East. The U.S. did launch strikes against ISIS forces in Nigeria. That was Christmas Day. Partly due to the killing of Christians in the West African country, the U.S. is working with Nigerian officials to carry out those strikes and also to monitor the situation now. The president called these strikes powerful and deadly. Congressman, you've been a leader on this issue. You worked to stop the persecution of Christians. You have worked to do this around the world. You visited Nigeria. You met with many officials on that issue. Tell us more and give us your reaction to the strikes that were carried out Christmas Day.
Well, again, President Trump, he's not trying to bring war to Nigeria. He's trying to bring peace and security and stability to this nation. Christians have been getting slaughtered in Nigeria since 2009, estimates in between 50,000 to 125,000 Christians killed. This year alone, 7,000. On the ground, it is more dire than you could even imagine seeing this in person, meeting mothers who have lost all of their children, just murdered right in front of them. 600,000 alone just in Benue State are living in IDP refugee camps, a state of 6 million people, and nearly 90% of that population of that state are Christians. So this strike has certainly, I think, given hope to the Christian populations of Nigeria, but also the people of Nigeria just writ large who are suffering under ISIS, Boko Haram, and most importantly in that Middle Belt region where we have these Fulani Islamic militants that have been driving Christians off of their ancestral homeland. But as we've heard, this is just the first step. There's many more to come, and as you just stated, this was in coordination and cooperation with the Nigerian government. They have done a lot in terms of confidence-building measures to make us feel like this is going to be successful.
Nan da cikin daba ne kaga malam hallurin nan ma a ciki amma ku kun ga wajen nan kuwa lokacin da ake harka a gurin nan kuwa gaskiya tsakanin da Allah ba mana adalci ba har ga Allah hajjama.
Three notorious bandit leaders have reportedly been eliminated in a United States military airstrike carried out inside Nigeria. And this development is already raising serious questions about Nigeria's security structure, government transparency, and the true handling of intelligence at the highest levels. One of the names at the center of this operation is Bello Tuji, a man who for years symbolized the failure of the Nigerian state to protect its citizens from armed banditry. According to multiple reports, the U.S. strike targeted known bandit strongholds in the Northwest, resulting in the elimination of 3 high-profile figures responsible for mass kidnappings, village raids, killings, and large-scale terror across Zamfara, Sokoto, and surrounding areas. These are not low-level criminals. These are individuals who have openly challenged the authority of the Nigerian state.
I assure you, their sympathizers, those enablers, those financiers will be fished out and eliminated. But the population is against terrorists. So people like those characters who keep on saying a strike against the Boko Haram, a strike against the North, will be dealt with because they're terrorists.
All right.
I mean, despite whatever office they hold, and we have had some of them even as ministers who go to negotiate. People like Pantami, former Minister of Communication. These are ardent terror sympathizers. Those guys need to be fished out and dealt with.
Okay.
But does the Nigerian population, do they admit or do they condone terrorists? The answer is no. Like I told you, in the southeast, southwest, there is zero tolerance.
Okay.
Middle belt,
Zero
zero tolerance. In the north, the Hausas are already fighting against them. So where will they hide?
All right.
So there is no war of patriotism going to go on.
Okay.
This strike will eliminate terrorists, and that is the end of it.
But first of all, let's talk about another big story that developed over Christmas, because Donald Trump has unleashed a missile Christmas present to jihadi Islamists in Nigeria. All over.
Yes, as you can see, we are progressing peaceful protests. We support the coming of President Donald Trump in Nigeria. This killing of Christians is too much in Nigeria. We need Trump to come in Nigeria to fight against these terrorists. We need Trump. We are in support of President Donald Trump. Look at it. Thousands of Christians have been killed in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians have been slaughtered in Nigeria. And the world is keeping silent. Thousands of Christians have been slaughtered in Nigeria. Thousands. So we support President Donald Trump. But we are begging President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump, please don't disappoint us. We Nigerian Christians are still waiting for you. The killing is still going on. We are begging President Donald Trump to fulfill his promise. The killing is still going on. Do you support President Donald Trump? We need Trump. Trump must come to Nigeria to fight against these terrorists.
Radical Islamists linked to ISIS launched a brutal attack across northwest Nigeria, targeting innocent Christians with savage violence. Villages were burned, families slaughtered, and churches were desecrated in a wave of jihadist terror that has plagued the region for years.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed.
Well, the Nigerian government, despite multiple promises, has failed time and again to protect its Christian citizens from this relentless onslaught by these jihadis. But President Donald J. Trump refused to stand by. On Christmas Day itself, he ordered powerful US airstrikes, precision Tomahawk missiles from a Navy warship, decimating Islamic State camps in the Sokoto state. He deliberately timed the strikes for Christmas, calling it a Christmas present to the terrorists, sending an unmistakable message. The slaughter of Christians must end now. Multiple senior ISIS commanders and fighters were allegedly eliminated, camps obliterated, and crucially, no civilian casualties. Perfect American strikes as only their military could deliver. Trump is the only world leader with the spine and courage to act, it seems. Starmer, Macron, and the EU elites have all been silent, too busy appeasing Gaza protesters and importing chaos into our own countries to confront anything like that anywhere else abroad. But Donald Trump, he warned for months. He said, stop the killing of Christians or face America's wrath. He and his country gain nothing from this. There's no oil contracts. There's no trade favours, no pats on the back from the globalist club, is there? This is pure, selfless nobility, a fearless stand to defend persecuted Christians and halt the poisonous spread of Islamism across Africa and beyond. He could have issued more empty statements like the weak leaders before him and the weak leaders that surround us in the EU. Instead, he became the shield for the Christian faithful, the avenger against barbarism. Supporters rightly call it the ultimate Christmas gift to Christians worldwide, a resounding blow for good over evil. And Trump has that iron resolve, doesn't he, that we're all screaming out for here in Britain, unafraid to name radical Islamic terrorism, unafraid to crush it, and putting faith and civilization first. Islamism is a cancer. It spreads unless confronted and destroyed decisively. Well, I say Merry Christmas. Thank God for Donald Trump, and Merry Christmas also to those Nigerian jihadists.
All right, now that I've watched it and they confirmed it, is there anything left to call this country a country? Nigeria is gone. Imagine a terrorist sympathizer, imagine a terrorist negotiator will come out and boasting and telling a country what they need to do. And the country is not going after him, and they allow him parading himself freely while they are going for innocent people. You see, that is why we keep saying that this country called Nigeria never meant to be a country. This country called Nigeria was designed for the benefit and for the interest of some individuals. So for me, the only solution left in this country is for America to disintegrate this country and save their stress for bombing the terror. Because even if you like bomb the terror from now to 20 years, the narrative of the North, the mindset of the North, they will keep on, in fact, they will keep on breeding another more terrorists in this country. So why America is wasting their time in doing this? Let them just disintegrate this country and allow the other ones like Biafra, Oduduwa, and some other ones who are agitated to be free from this country to go on their separate way. In doing that, that is only solution in doing that. Because without that, the same thing that have been happening since 2010 till this very moment will keep on happening, and there will be no solution. Yes. Because they will, all these Fulani people, they will keep on importing their people from other country to come and benefit from what they have achieved in this country called Nigeria. So what is the solution? The only solution is for America to just recognize Biafra and everywhere will be calm. And that is the only solution. For me, that is the only solution. And it will save America stress for bombarding and spending unnecessary funds for trying to save Nigeria, for trying to save the construction that the Britain have made for their own benefit. So my people, the hour is now. Let us start advocating for the US and Israel to recognize Biafra. If they can do so by recognizing Somaliland, then what left? We have fought the Biafra war. We fought the civil war. Then it's time for them to recognize the Biafra instead of doing the other way around by coming to help Nigeria. Yes, that is my own opinion. You too, you have your own. You are entitled to your own opinion. So who am I? I'm only a messenger. If you love what we do here in this Global Love Channel TV, please don't hesitate to touch a half or subscribe button, like and turn on the notification bell, and whenever we upload a new video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. In doing this, you're encouraging us to do more, and togetherness we shall save life together. Till next time, see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you.